Maryland, at the Ram's Head on stage. Our guest from the Zombies, Mr. Rod Argent. Rod, good to see you. I was telling Colin, I've noticed from observing you guys over the past few weeks, since you landed here on our shores, that you've been chasing the past. You've gone beyond the borderline. We all feel young again, and we still got that hunger, and it's all your fault.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we're very proud of the new album. It's and as I said on stage the other night, it did actually chart in the Billboard Top 100 album sales, which was the first time, as Billboard said to us, that had happened for the Zombies for 50 years. So we're very proud of that. And produced by Chris Potter, and we can't wait to do it again.
Well, I told Colin, I told Tom Toomey, Sammy Hagar can't drive 55, and you guys you're gone beyond past 55. You're at 65 now. You're going to keep going. That's what he told me.
I'm afraid I'm 71 this June, so I just can't believe it. But yeah, as long as we feel up to it, as long as we feel well, we will keep going because we do love to play.
I'm talking about anniversaries. 55 years on stage, my man.
See, you're absolutely right, yeah. Yeah, 1961 was when we first met each other, Colin and me. We had our first rehearsal.
How did it feel when Ringo Starr tapped you? Because Levon Helm told me he was rushing for 3 months.
Oh, man. Well, it was great to play with Ringo. I mean, people that didn't live through that period just can't begin to imagine what a cataclysmic thing the Beatles were and the huge difference they made. I mean, musically, it was just astounding at the time. And I feel very privileged to have been around, timing-wise, at the point where, especially when they came to America, we just sort of trotted in behind because the timing was just so right for us. But I'd never worked with Ringo. I'd met Paul McCartney. I'd said hello to George Harrison. That was about it. Never met Lennon, even though apparently he did say he wanted to produce us back in the 60s.
Better you than grapefruit.
But there we are. But it was great, and I love Ringo's playing too.
Link Ray told me he ran into John Lennon on the elevators at Polydor, and for the one time anyone can remember, John Lennon choked. He couldn't talk. He just stared at Link.
Oh, really? Good God.
He loved him.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic.
As Townsend and everyone else. But God gave us rock and roll, and you're still his messenger, you and your mates, every night when you get out here. What's ahead in 2016 besides getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Tell us a story.
Well, I don't know if we will get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but we go back to the UK after this tour, and we do some festivals in the UK and Europe, and then we come back to America again on the West Coast in September, and then we'll be doing some more gigs, I think, back in the UK in November as well. What
is so cool is Bruce Sedano has been opening up for you, a music icon himself, alive and kicking back in the 70s. I was telling Colin. Also, you've hooked up with my main man, Felix Cavaliere from the Rascals.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be great to play with Felix. We have met him now.
Member of Ringo Starr's all-star band.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but not the year I did it, but he has been, absolutely.
It's quite a year, 2016. I'm so glad you got the album produced the way you did it. You involved everyone. All the fans have a piece of the action, and it feels good. However, if you blink, this is the reason Colin was saying, come out and support live music while it's here. We lost the purple one. We lost the Thin White Duke. I asked you about David at the Perilla Center, and you gave me a few thoughts. It's a tough thing to go through. Graham Parker Sunday night took no prisoners when he played Cream on the acoustic guitar.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. Well, there you go. I can't believe the number of people we lost this year, and more back in the UK, and more entertainment icons that don't mean so much here, as well as all the people that have gone. I mean, David Bowie, as you say. Prince, I watched a concert of his from about 20 years ago. Oh, no, it was more than that, actually. God, time flies. It was in the 80s. Absolutely wonderful. I mean, he's one of those people like Stevie Wonder who is capable of playing any instrument with great feel, made great records, could never stop playing. And, you know, he got addicted to prescription drugs because of painkillers that were given to him. It's so sad. But
speaking of players who know how to play and walk the walk and talk the talk, I was asking Colin about the first album where you saluted Sam Cooke and all Smokey Robinson.
Yeah.
And you have a tune on the new album that would have fit Ray Charles. You know that perfect.
Oh, that's Edge of the Rainbow, yeah?
That's right.
I wrote that after... I mean, I quite often go back and listen to some early tracks of Ray Charles. I mean, he was another guy that knocked me out when I first heard him way, way back in the early 60s. Maybe even before that, actually. I remember writing Edge of the Rainbow because I'd been listening to a few old early Ray Charles tracks the previous evening, and I sat down the next morning and I thought, I'm going to write something that's, not a direct, copy, but something within the style of a structure of an early Ray Charles tune.